This is my
Yeah,
chair.
you want this chair?
Yeah, literally chair.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so. Yeah.
I thought it was the order. I was like, I told them I didn't want to be before her. I didn't want to be before her.
Okay. So Mike, you want to test the mic?
Well, Vicky Allo was coming, right?
Yeah.
No.
Where are my
The
numbers?
text her.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Are these them? No. Never mind.
Okay. So can we share? Oh, I guess we can check and see. Hey, Dean, can you hear us? Regular chair. And then she called me up.
Yes.
Oh.
Like check.
I see my oh, she got this beautiful TV collection.
She's retired now, huh? Vicky Allo.
I don't think so. I
I
didn't
thought
hear.
she got restored.
I didn't hear
Vicky
that.
Allo retired, huh?
Thought she
I guess she retired.
Really?
Yeah.
She's younger than me. She's younger than me.
No, but I thought she retired because like she's another Fed retired.
Oh, yeah. It was a good time to go. We had
Yeah.
April.
Ready?
And Michael, can you scoot over the stool?
What's that?
The stool that's underneath there?
Oh, you want that?
Yep, that,
Oh, okay.
that follows
I didn't know there
me.
was a stool in there.
Yep, so I put my
There you
feet
go.
up on that stool. Thank you.
Do we have?
We have quorum.
Yeah.
We have quorum.
No. Yeah,
Oh, you don't have
Johnny's here, some others here.
At three,
Three.
5, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Up to you.
Unless you want to start it. 'Cause I haven't heard.
I didn't get a text from him, so,
I just texted Vicky Allo, so.
okay.
Okay. John started. Give her four more minutes and we'll get started. What about that? 9:20?
Is that, you want to wait 4 minutes?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Five.
We have quorum, but we're just waiting for the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
everybody.
Except for Vicky Allo, yeah.
Yeah, it's our start.
Well, Kalama was supposed to be online too.
Oh,
Kalama said he was gonna be online too. Kalama.
Oh, right, he did say.
Yeah.
Just a commercial announcement. I'm selling these calendars. They're beautiful, $30. Really rarely see
Oh.
scenes of the island.
Oh.
Hey, Kalama.
You have her stuff yet?
Photo by Dr. O'Leary,
Yes,
and then
yes. Well, we're still waiting.
Ah.
We're waiting from the camera.
Right,
to be
very
ready.
nice.
But just wondering where you are,
Kaka,
if you're coming on.
That's the,
Mm,
yeah, that's Makahiki. That's like,
Nice.
nobody gets that one.
Okay, so Ooh, you're that's coming on. cool.
Wow.
It says, Kuaka'i.
Okay.
It's on the
Okay.
backside.
All right.
And Kaho'olawe is somewhere there too.
How much?
$30. Oh, and this
I was wondering if that's maybe if she's having issues logging in, because.
The Lake Hua,
Oh, yeah, okay, the plan, yes,
I
oh.
don't see the
They made
original.
arrangements.
They probably use. And how is it doing?
That's why he volunteers for this, right?
Getting love.
It's different when I log in.
Oh, well, okay.
When it rains, this never goes to stream, this is on the west.
I don't
end.
think I've ever seen that.
Tahiti, it's always dry, I've never seen it, but it is last year, it's rain.
And you brought some for sale, right?
Yeah, for still $30.
I will, are we gonna start? I'll get my
And you got your fundraiser
$30.
stuff, huh?
Yep, I did, thank you,
Okay.
yep, yep. Are you gonna wait? I'm gonna get my $30 or we're gonna start?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay, I'll get my $30.
Yeah.
I'll give you the extra minute.
Yeah.
Made a sale.
Hello.
You want to sit over here?
Wait, what? Where? There?
Yeah, maybe chair. You've got a chair.
Oh,
Doesn't
that's- yeah,
matter?
I don't need, yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't
I don't need to switch chairs to chair.
Wherever the chair is.
Yeah.
Where the chair is.
You still are ED, you deserve that. That's
Oh,
chair. I'm
God.
good with that. I'll be on the left side of you.
Text, did she have any issues logging in?
I haven't seen anything.
She hasn't even, I texted her, she hasn't texted me back.
Want to make sure there wasn't no issue.
Is she in club up because there could be an issue?
I thought she retired.
No, but I mailed her
Try
a
calling.
packet to the, her PO box income. She asked,
You guys put it there.
Oh, down below?
Okay.
I believe so.
Oh.
I gotta go back.
Thanks again for updating. Oh, yeah.
I don't think they do mail delivery down there.
I know. I'm
Beautiful,
beautiful.
yeah.
Oh,
and I love that.
Hi,
How are you?
Oh.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Okay.
Oh, no, never mind.
I don't need to be here.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, was that her?
So they were so really good. They were like, oh, we should have this in our bookstore. They called it the bookstore person.
The extra board material has been posted.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I texted Carmela.
She's
and
supposed to get-
reminded her. She should, yeah, I should check with her.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for this, but here we go.
Okay, as soon as we get Danica back,
Danica back.
yeah.
Oh, she's posting something to me. Oh, done. She
Okay.
must have, oh, she heard you
Okay,
because we're live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not
do
answering.
you have to do roll call for,
Yes.
okay,
because
at the beginning,
of-
yeah?
And then I have to do roll call for each motion.
Yeah. You gave her, oh, she has the extra packet, right? The extra material.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you want to start it off and then I'll just run with it. These extra material stuff were not in the board packet, but I'll make an announcement that it's now available online.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be
For the
on your
commissioners
part,
to
your part,
download, yeah.
right?
I noticed that only the agenda was up on the website yesterday.
Right, this is all part of yours, not the action item.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's the part of your report, not the action items.
yeah. And this one just had a correction because added in, corrected a date for one of the X's and then added in a new joint project, which is the Honakanaya wall.
Okay,
So that's why it didn't make the packet. We couldn't amend the packet once the packet got out because the packets have to hit the street for 5 days. They have to soak. It's like. So we have to wait till the actual commission meeting to release anything new.
okay. But you're talking about that, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
For all our online folks, mahalo for waiting. We're just waiting for Danica to return and we'll call the meeting to order.
Get started.
Oh, I can start without her?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you
Okay.
go?
What's the back?
Okay.
Okay, so I think before I call the meeting to order, if we can do na aumakua. Yeah, we do kukulu ke'a a kanaloa.
Make sure it's not locked. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. We're gonna start.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start, yeah. Okay, na aumakua. Na aumakua mai ka la hiki a ka la kau. Mai ka ho'oku i a ka halawai. Na aumakua ia ka hina kua ia ka hina alo. Ia ka akau i ka lani, o ki hai i ka lani, o we i ka lani, no nulu i ka lani, ka holo i ka lani. Ea ka pula pula a o ko, kukulu ke a kanaloa. E mālama o ko ia mako. E ulu i ka lani, e ulu i ka honua, e ulu i ka pai aina o Hawaii. E ho mai ka ike, e ho mai ka ikaika, e ho mai ke akamai, e ho mai ka maopopo pono, e ho mai ka ike pāpālua, e ho mai ka mana. Okay, mahalo nui everyone. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. It is 9:14. Mahalo to all of our folks online. Before we get started, we'll let Madam Secretary do our roll call.
Chair Piscaya is excused, Vice Chair Saito,
Ew.
Commissioner Chang,
Aye.
Commissioner Chalk is excused.
Yeah.
Commissioner Mataafa,
I'm here.
Commissioner Payne,
Here.
and Commissioner Souza.
Yo.
Yeah, mahalo Terry. We're gonna move to item 2, the approval of the minutes. Any of the commissioners have any questions or any amendments to the minutes for August 21st, 2025?
I'll move to approve the August 21st minutes.
I'll second. Well, we got a first and a second. Do a roll call, Madam Secretary.
Vice Chair Saito,
Aye.
Commissioner Chang,
Aye.
Commissioner Mataafa,
Aye.
Commissioner Payne,
Aye.
Commissioner Souza.
Aye.
Okay, the approval for, sorry, was that August? Yeah, the August 21st, 2025 meeting commission minutes are approved. We're moving on to section 3, open forum. We have any, and this is, we kind of modified this part, so it's a public comment on issues not currently on the agenda, but for consideration for commission's agenda at the next meeting. Have anybody from the public for this part?
Nope.
Okay, we're good. Okay, we're moving on to action item number 4. We'll start with letter A.
Okay, thank you very much. For commissioners, we had to make some changes to your packet material, so they're now available online. And we have hard copies here in the office in the physical site. And if you want to download the updated stuff, they're now available live on the link that we had sent you guys before, or I can just tell you what the changes are. It's very small, minor changes. We couldn't send it to you any earlier because we have to have packet material posted 5 days in advance. Yeah, or 3 days in advance. Yeah. Okay, so this first motion is it's a request by the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana to approve the access dates and activities for calendar year 2026. The recommended motion is pursuant to HAR 13-261-13 and Section 8 of the Palapala Ailike Kahuaina. Approve the proposed access dates and activities for the 2026 calendar year requested by the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana as KIRC approved and authorized activities. So I think most, I don't think we have any new commissioners, but back in 2012, during our stewardship working group, we've defined the following terms. Authorized activity, it all relates to, in the stewardship agreement, the agreements between the two parties of how we were going to term things and how we're going to create a working process. So we have authorized activities that are activities permitted within the reserve as specified in 6K. And then we have stewardship agreement authorized activities, activities approved in the stewardship agreement by section 2 of the stewardship agreement. And then KIRC approved and authorized activities, activities that are formally approved by the commission action, taken at a duly noted public meeting as meeting the criteria for section 8 of the stewardship agreement. So in table 1 are the KIRC approved and authorized activities. Last month, we had our annual stewardship meeting between the KIRC and PKL. Most of these activities are the same for the previous year, with the exception of an added one at the very bottom, the Honakanaya infrastructure, the Honakanaya Mua Haikupuna, which is a new construction project or a construction project, ongoing construction project in Honakanaya that the KIRC and the PKL are jointly working to develop, which is a Mua platform on the bluff overlooking Honakanaya. So that has been added as a joint project. In table 2, you have all the requested access dates to the island. One thing I want to note in those access dates, we have at least 3, might be more, Mua projects, which are accesses to the island in Honakanaya to work on this project in Honakanaya. So those are for January, May, and then hopefully in June, there will be a dedication ceremony on the summer solstice, right? So hopefully. There are no requests for the months of July, August, September, pending the finalization of the 50th anniversary calendar. But we do have under methods and discussions, the attached schedule was forwarded to the KIRC for approval. Additional dates for Alalor or other projects may be submitted later and administratively approved by the KIRC executive director. Yep. So that's all I have for that. Yep.
Okay, mahalo. Commissioners, any discussion or questions for this action item?
Anything the PKL guys
Or
want? Yeah.
PKO folks?
Okay.
Wow,
I would just ask regarding use of KIRC staff for the MUA, do we have, the resources to support the construction of the MUA from KIRC
Yeah,
side?
most of the physical labor is being done by Ohana guys, and then the KIRC guys are there with the equipment and supporting housing and food and that kind of stuff. And, yeah.
More logistics side.
Yeah,
Okay.
support. Yeah, and then some of these, when they're during a volunteer group, the volunteers will be helping out. So like this weekend coming up, there's a Mililani High School volunteer group going out, which is their Hawaiian program. So there is a group going out with PKL to do MUA work, and it's a good fit. So we're trying to fit the MUA accesses with volunteer groups that have similar type of programming and that would benefit from learning dry stack walls. So this is Kikoa Wong, I think, his Hawaiian Culture Club.
Okay.
So we thought it'd be a good pairing. Yeah.
I'd like to explain it because it's really
Yes.
quite exciting.
Come.
Yeah, come up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, the Mua Haikupuna, so just so for those who have background, originally when Auntie Frenchie, going back to the days, when Auntie Frenchie was we had the Kaho'olawe Island Conveyance Commission, and we went to Honakanai. She had a vision for a healing ceremony for when the Kaho'olawe Island Conveyance Commission report would be completed. And it was a vision to be there at Honakanaya. And Parley Kaho'olawe was with us, and he and the Edith Kaho'olawe Foundation took on the kuleana to fulfill that vision. But we decided that it was too hard because the military was present and it was far to get to Honakanaya in the time that we had to complete this project. So we built it, as you know, in Hakuava and the ceremony was held in August 1992. But we had this vision for and the site had been selected, so it's in the bay on the bluff on the south side of the bay, and it's a beautiful view overlooking the bay. And so again, we wanted to do that. I think when Kaho'olawe was on board as the cultural specialist, she did a lot of work with Maka. We got some OHA grants, Keone there, and we started to bring people in to finish it. And Atwin Makanani was the sort of support to Carly for the construction of the mua. And so he continues to also feel that kuleana to fulfill this mission to have the mua kupuna also in Honokanaya. And so if you go there, there's a big, when Kali was there, they did substantial work. I mean, all of the foundation is there, the huge stones and everything, but what's missing is the walls, and then the top, steps and then the topping. And so it's really cool. And since we started, there's so many more young men throughout the islands, and I guess some women too, but mostly men, who have this experience in stone wall building through work mostly with the fish ponds, and that with Paleke Flores as one of the humu. And then there's, men on in Waihe'e, there's Kia'i Collier. So there's a lot of support for now building this mua that we didn't have when we started off the project. And so in the last few months, with the support of KIRC, we've been going and stockpiling all the rocks. So it measures 20 feet by 40 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's massive. It's very major. And we've been gathering the pohaku mostly from Kunihi, where it's Kunihi, the little beach there. And so, what they do is they've lined it all up. So it's 40 feet. So the rows of rocks are lined up 40 feet across and then stacked up. So we know when it's done, it's all there and can just build it. Their plan is traditional style to build it in one night, and at night from sunset to sunrise. And so this is going to be done in Honokanaya, December 19. Oh,
This month?
The 19 we're going to go over.
Yeah.
And then on the Keala Polihiva a Kanaloa, which is the longest night of the year. And it's a Kanaloa moon. I mean, not Kanaloa, I know what the moon is. She's the coordinator. And then you come here. We're going to, so then all the pohaku set, they're going to be 40 young men, 40 setters, and 10 ohana and 6 KIRC people. And we're going to, from sunset on December 20th to sunrise on the 21st, they're going to build this wall.
Yeah.
All the walls will come
How
up
tall?
8 feet,
Wow.
8 feet tall. Yeah. And so that's going to be history. That'll make history.
Yeah.
KIRC is making history with
Nice
us.
closure from that
Yes.
vision to
Yes, and the
execution.
healing of
Yes.
the island. And then we still, though, will have to build steps. So that's why the January, this week when they're going over Friday to Sunday, that's good. They're going to put in the steps to get up to the top of the platform.
So the steps will be built even before.
Yeah, the steps will be put in before.
Okay.
And then after the walls are put up, then we still need to gather ko'a from the beaches for the flooring and for the top
Are you
flooring.
documenting this? Is
Yes.
somebody videotaping?
Yeah, I think we're working to get someone with us to do that. Yeah. Well, Paleke had someone, we have to approve it because there's a kapu on the setters and the kapu on all of
okay,
us.
Okay.
So you have to follow it in the
Yeah,
kapu.
Yeah.
And then, and so the dedication will be in June, the summer solstice. We want to have everything finished and dedicate it with Kaho'olawe Island Conference Commission, Kaho'olawe Reserve Commission, and staff, and then Ohana and Edith Kanaka'ole Foundation, who's always been our partner in the ceremonies. And so that's what we're hoping. And the vision for this mua, the purpose of this mua, from when Doc Burrows was on the commission. And when, in our discussions as an Ohana, is to envision envision sovereignty and, independence for the Lahui. And when we had, in 2004, we had the big early warriors gathering at Honakanaya. Doc had wanted more people to come from, that civic clubs and the different political organizations, but we didn't have space because we had all the hokulea and all the canoes coming and then early warriors. But we said, yes, we would have a ceremony when we complete this and invite the Lahui to come. So this mua is to propel the Lahui into a future, into the ea that is for our Lahui, and it'll propel us into that coming together, different hui that are doing stewardship of Aina, stewardship of the nation, stewardship of our language and our education culture, bringing all the different groups who are exercising ea, not just talking ea, but doing ea, and come together with us over here at Honakanaya as you come and we envision sovereignty for our nation again, our Lahui. So that's the whole story of the.
I appreciate that. It's very,
Yeah, it's very exciting, and I hope all of you will be present for the dedication in June.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, mahalo.
Oh, that's great work.
Yeah, and I think so I mean, we're doing all the labor but KIRC has been supporting us with the transport and
Okay. The logistical
lodging
stuff.
while we're there,
Oh,
food while we're
logistics.
there, logistics, yeah.
Okay.
And of course, they're going to be there full time, so they're the ones, whenever some,
Oh.
people come,
Yeah.
they can do ceremony on the mua, as it can be your welcoming protocol place for the commission, if you have VIPs or just regular Ohana people coming.
Is this going to be like the largest construction project
That we have done? I don't know. I don't know what the dimensions of our mua in Kaho'olawe is.
That is big thing. It's good.
Originally, our hale was 20 by 40, but we became more realistic about what you can do, how big a hale you can build.
I think the road is the biggest.
Oh,
concern.
okay.
It was the most expensive
Mahalo.
construction project on the island. The road.
Thank you, Davey.
Mahalo.
And Chair Piscaya is now on as well.
Yeah. You want to- or-
Well, should we finish up with this? and
Yeah.
Can we just finish?
Do you want a motion to approve, Mike?
We have the chair is on. You want to take over?
You
You
wanna
can
take over,
delegate, you
you
can
want-
delegate.
I delegate to Kahale to continue just till I get up to speed of where we're at.
Okay, so we'll move forward with this current action item A. Commissioners, any other discussion or questions for the Ohana or
No, I
Mike?
appreciate the background that was just given by Dr. McGregor. It was nice.
Mahalo nui. Okay, if not, can I get a motion to approve the proposed calendar year 2026 access dates and activities for the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana? Okay, we have Keone, Commissioner Souza,
I'll second.
and Commissioner Chang will second. Can I get a roll call, Madam Secretary?
Chair Piscaya,
Aye.
Vice Chair Saito,
Aye.
Commissioner Chang,
Aye.
Commissioner Mataafa,
Yes.
Commissioner Payne,
Aye.
Commissioner Souza.
Okay. Action item A, to approve the proposed calendar year 2026 access dates and activities for the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana has been approved. And if it's okay, I will turn over my chair duties to Commissioner Piscaya.
Aloha kako, kalamai kalohi. We are on action item B.
Four B.
Or B, to declare that the PKO Hakiwawa Clivus replacement project is exempt from the preparation of an environmental assessment pursuant to chapter 343 HRS.
Okay, thank you very much. So the KIRC and PKO are parties to a stewardship agreement which provides that both will coordinate design, construction, maintenance, and use of structures and infrastructures and other important covenants. There are currently 4 composting toilets in Hakiwawa that were installed during the model cleanup project. The PKO has received funding for a grant to replace the 4 clivases with 4 clivases. So the basic idea of the construction project is that they will remove the clivus is a composting toilet, so there's a hole in the ground with a bin or a tank on the bottom and a building that sits on top of that. So the project will consist of taking away the building, folding it up or taking it apart and stacking it for transport off the island. Then the bin with the waste inside, the waste will be dug out, put into super sacks, and we have a storage area up on island that it will be transported up to there. And then the hole will be used to put a new bin and a new building on top, replacement. So based upon the discussions of the toilet or these composting toilets, and you can take a look here at exemptions. HRS 343 requires that the preparation of environmental assessment EA is if a proposed action hits one or more of the triggers listed in the statute. The Kaho'olawe project hits 3 of these triggers. It involves the use of state land, the use of land in a conservation district, and the use within a historic district. Therefore, 343 is applicable. As the KIRC is administratively attached to DLNR, the KIRC relies upon DLNR's exemption list. The DLNR exemption list was reviewed and approved by the Environmental Council on March 3rd, 2020. DLNR's exemption type 2, part 1, number 1, replacement or reconstruction of existing structures and facilities where the new structure will be located generally in the same site and will have substantially the same purpose, capacity, density, height, and dimensions as the structure replaced. 1, replacement or reconstruction of existing structures and facilities. And the list is available online for anyone else who wants to look at it. Since the composed toilets will be located in the same place and will have the same purpose, capacity, density, height, and dimensions as the current composted toilets, PKO has provided assurance that they will handle the old toilets and any associated waste in accordance with best management practice. Therefore, the KIRC can conclude that the Hakiwawa project will probably have minimal or no significant effect on the environment and can issue an exemption for this project. With regards to coastal land management program, the shoreline areas of Kaho'olawe are situated in the CZM areas as governed by Chapter 205. The Office of State Planning and Sustainable Development, OSPD, is the lead agency for statute administration and delegation authority to administer this SMA for the counties. SMA is defined as land extending inland from the shoreline as delineated on the maps filed with the authority. Chapter 6K HRS gives the commission, rather than Maui County, the authority to administer Chapter 205A HRS, but does not the commission the authority of the Office of Planning and Sustainable Development. KIRC staff has previously consulted with DLNR's Office of Conservation and Land, OCCL, and the County of Maui Department of Planning to determine what type of SMA process should be followed for the previous Haki'olahali project. It was determined that the SMA maps and rules for Kaho'olawe were never adopted, and thus there are no areas on Kaho'olawe that are situated in the SMA. Therefore, no SMA permit or review is required from OPSD. For the Haki'olahali project, the KIRC staff consulted with OSPD Zone Management CZM program to determine whether any other requirement of Chapter 205A applies to that project. CZM program staff concurred with County of Maui Department of Planning that SMA provisions do not apply. There are some additional requirements for the project. Based on the specification provided by the PKO, the replacement clivus composting toilets require the excavation hole 11.5 inches larger than the current space occupied by the existing toilet. The ground under and around the existing toilet were cleared to a depth of 4 feet, which allowed excavations up to 1 foot below the existing surface without additional UXO clearance. Any additional excavation beyond the 1 foot below the existing surface will require additional UXO clearance and avoidance methodology to be used. Additionally, the Haki'olahali Valley floor has a high concentration of archaeological sites and a high potential for subsurface archaeological finds Any excavation into undisturbed soil will require appropriate archaeological monitoring and mitigation as needed. Recommendation of staff is for this motion is to declare the Hakiwava Clivus replacement project exempt from the preparation of an environmental assessment pursuant to chapter 343 HRS and chapter 11-200.1 HAR. Additionally, the staff recommends any additional excavation beyond 1 foot below the existing surface will require additional UXO clearance and avoidance, and any excavation into undisturbed soil will require appropriate archaeological monitoring and mitigation as necessary. Any questions?
Yes, may I ask a question? I may not necessarily be advocating this, but could you explain, Michael, how what are the, because you apparently comply with CZM. So
Yeah.
how do you what about DOH? What about OCCL? What about other kinds of regulatory? How is that dealt with?
I'll let our AG because she made the calls.
So I spoke with OCCL representatives and they indicated that they had no concerns with this project. And as for DOH, I don't think they're implicated because there's not like a septic system or
Wastewater.
or anything like that. They're self-contained units, right? That
Yeah.
get pumped out and then
Yeah.
taken away. So
So I guess my more procedural. So KIRC does go and you comply with applicable regulatory other regulations that may apply to conservation district, or what about SHPD?
Oh, so if
Do you
there's
have
any archaeological
Yes.
stuff, then we'll work with SHPD.
But you don't need to get a concurrence from them before, because normally
Yeah.
you have to get a concurrence before you start.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not necessarily advocating, but I just wanted to know what's your procedural process when you're doing some activity there that may trigger an otherwise applicable law.
In our statute, it's kind of, I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll try to explain it, then I'll let the AG do
Yeah.
the final. In our statute, the statute delegates the authority of the land DLNR to KIRC for all,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
for
okay.
all decision, with land disposition and what's the other one? Land
uses
and
disposition.
So KIRC commission, we stand in the shoes of the land board?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's,
Yeah.
okay, that's, okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's clear, okay.
Yeah, and we also stand in the shoes of the Maui County Planning Department with regard to
SMA.
SMA.
Okay.
And development.
And we also stand in the shoes of the Land Use Commission
Mhm.
with land use and
But it's all conservation zone, so LUC, what authority do they have? It's all conservation, so doesn't that fall under, I mean, there's no rezone, unless you're gonna rezone it, something else.
Yes, well, actually, I was looking at this and the county of Maui has never promulgated any rules relating to Kaho'olawe, so that indicates they're not interested in regulating those things,
Sort of like
leaving it.
Kalawao, they
Yeah.
had it, they kind of, okay, okay.
yeah, nobody really wants to
Yeah.
regulate this.
Because I think that there are other,
And we do work with the other departments, so like DOH, we've had them come over and look at waste management and
okay,
that kind of
okay.
stuff, and we do comply with the small quantity disposition, we have all those in
so you do a
OSHA.
lot of interagency consultation.
Yeah.
But not necessarily getting permits.
No,
Okay,
No.
okay.
no, we usually talk to them and they go, oh, yeah, just.
Yeah.
Do what you
No,
want.
that makes
In-
sense.
In terms of SHPD, if there are EB that are found, the commission also is authorized to carry out the powers and duties
As the burial council.
of the island burial councils and the department with respect to proper treatment of burial sites and human remains.
Yeah.
So
So
the commission assumes all of the otherwise applicable regulatory authority.
it appears
yes,
that way,
okay.
and there has not been a legal challenge to those.
Those
by anyone.
drafters of 6K, they must have knew what they were doing, right?
Yeah.
Right, David?
Normal laws.
And a lot of other agencies since then have tried to use our statute.
Yes, and so that's why I asked.
Yeah.
Because KIRC is being touted as the model.
Yeah.
For a lot of, for other entities that are looking at, more community-based management.
Yeah.
And,
But it's a lot of work.
where you have to have capacity.
Yeah, you have
I mean, you have to
capacity.
have capacity, and you have to have the social will of the people.
Yeah.
To permit that, so, okay, that makes a difference.
And
Okay.
trust.
Yes.
You guys have anything for this project or nothing? Anything? No.
Okay, thank you for
I
answering.
have a design question.
Yes.
Unless, do you have something? So you say the new toilets have to be installed, which is 11.5 inches larger. Is that depth, volume?
Oh, it's
diameter?
It's the length. So there's a hole in the ground
Yeah.
that when you remove the old tank.
Yeah.
The new tank is 11.5 inches longer, right?
Longer, okay, so it's
So
not
that 11.5
deeper.
inches has to be excavated out, and
Okay.
because that is undisturbed soil.
Yeah.
You have to use UXO avoidance techniques,
Yeah.
which is you're gonna have to use a UXO technician to use a detector to make sure that there's nothing there, which it should be, because we pretty much cleared that whole
Yeah,
area
yeah.
before we dug it.
Yeah.
But when we actually installed it, so we installed this back in the model project.
Yeah,
And the history of this was, we normally in an area that has a high suspect level of subsurface archaeological features, you do test pits,
Right.
and then you determine what the subsurface distribution is. So we calculated the cost of doing the test pits in the entire floor of Hakiwawa to figure out if what the distribution of density and all that stuff is going to be. And we've realized it was easier to get the archaeologists to do one giant test pit under the foot of
each of the toilets.
of
Yeah.
each of the toilets. So instead of having our excavation team, which is at certain dollars an hour, we had 4 archaeologists dig the hole as a test pit.
I see.
Yeah.
How deep are the current holes? What is the depth? About? Is it more than a foot?
I think 6
3?
feet. No.
I think it's 3 feet
Okay,
deep.
3 feet.
I think
No,
so.
you said.
4. I think it's 4.
Below,
6 feet. Oh, 6 feet.
below the surface.
Yeah, 6 feet.
It's 8.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's been
Sorry.
we dug those 30 years ago, so. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't environmental assessment originally conducted when the first one was installed?
So when the first one was installed, we were under Title 10, modified CERCLA-like process, but not CERCLA exemptions. It was a whole nother, yeah. And I don't know how much.
Is there
so
any
high.
documentation, even if it exists in some other format, that sort of, if anyone was interested in learning what some of these things that you're sharing about that initial process of determining the safe location of this installation and that spot?
Like the model project report, does it describe?
Probably the model project report, but I don't know if it describes this. It only,
Detail.
I only know
Detail.
this because I was there.
Yeah,
That was kind of, like, the model project report is kind of straightforward, 4 holes were dug and archaeological survey. I mean, there was an archaeological report for the model project. I'm not even sure where that is.
I'm just wanting to pull that information forward
Yeah.
into the minutes of this meeting so that in case, in the future, people are coming back and looking at action, and we have a reference to, because we're saying that we don't need an EA, but people who may be interested in, okay, how did this original site even, was it determined to be the best place for it to be located? And why we would eliminate other options. So if there's integrity of the original choice, then continuing to have it in the same spot makes sense. That it continues to be the best place for it.
Yeah, 'cause I think in the model project, it was still under federal control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so my recollection, Michaela, it was just one large construction site.
Yeah.
When the Navy was out there clearing for those 10 years, I don't think there was a I don't recall there being documentation. Because essentially, I think the way that Title 10, the Navy and the state literally exempted itself from all applicable laws. If not, we would have never been able to do it in the time or the money, but I don't, if anybody would have had records, it would have been the Navy contractor who was doing the cleanup. But otherwise, because I don't even think at that time KIRC, I mean, that was the whole problem. We weren't getting any kind of documentation necessarily. But KIRC was.
Kirk was there, yeah.
KIRC was in existence,
Yeah.
but we weren't getting information. Remember, there's a lot of back and forth with the Navy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And
We might have,
It was the model project, so it was, I thought in 92 or 93, but it was before.
no, it was
Kirk-
model,
no.
was model project, we dug those holes in the model. So
Before 94, right? Because the regular project started in
Uh,
94.
the model project, we did it in the fall of 95.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had just gotten out of the Navy and I went to work as the coordinator for the model project. So, and we did everything on paper. So I think I had a Apple IIc, something like that, computer, you know, it's, yeah.
So I was looking at the pallet size that Brutus, that was our project manager, says
Yeah.
it's 4 feet, tanks.
Oh.
Tanks are 4 feet high.
Oh, so Mikiela was right. She had four fingers up.
Yeah.
4 feet.
Perfect. One more question real quick. Does it also include the solar panels being replaced? Or like outside of that location, I believe there's other components to the system. Is it those components also being replaced?
I think you guys are planning to hook up to the panels that are there. Yeah, we installed the panels. Yeah.
Just the unit.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we maintain those panels, so and we just upgraded those things, so they're pretty good. The panel's pretty good. You're just gonna hook up the power lines to the existing panels. Normally the buildings are built with solar panels on top, but because where the Clivuses are located, they're under a tree cover area, so unless you keep trimming the trees all the time, you're gonna lose power. So we built a surface mounted solar panel and battery system up on the ridge line to power these Clivuses, and then we're just gonna hook up to it.
Mahalo. I just want some of these details reflected in the minutes for people who may not be familiar with what we're talking about. Commissioner Mataafa.
Thank you, Chair. I have a couple of questions. The first one that I have is, do you have a total cost estimate of this project on the operational side, and then the cost of what these toilets are as well? Do you have an overall cost for that?
I'll turn it over to Davey, because the KIRC is not expending any funds for this project.
Okay.
Yeah, it's zero.
And then, okay, good. And then I see that the previous toilets, the life cycle was about 30 years old. Is it going to be about the same for the installation of these toilets as well?
The life cycle for the current toilets?
For the new ones that were installed?
You know the life duration of them are?
No, I think it's the same as the ones we have, which
Probably,
is probably
yeah.
past their.
Yeah.
See, that's
It's done
pretty
pretty good. Well, the toilets themselves are $153,939,000.
$153,000.
$939.
Yeah.
For the four.
For the four.
For four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just for the toilets, but
Yeah.
there's also the helicopter transport, which we're still negotiating the contract for, and truck transportation and other costs. And then
Not including labor.
we're working with Dawson to assist us with a UXO expert. And the grant should provide us archaeological support. It's a DOI grant that they had funded, included money for it. So we had estimated originally that each toilet being replaced is $60,000 with all the cost of transport and installing. So that's $240,000.
240 total for 240 total, yeah.
That's the estimate that we were going with.
And then Brutus just chimed in, he said minimum 20 years.
Minimum 20 years.
Minimum
Life-
20 years. He's
lifetime.
checking to see what the total life cycle is gonna be.
And I think I heard you, just to reiterate, we're not paying anything for this.
Yeah.
For any of it.
But there's a kind support
Yeah.
for us when we do the transfer.
Yeah.
And the toilets are being gifted to the state, so there will also be some process to turn over.
Yeah, we'll have to do
to
a
the-
property transfer eventually, yeah.
Okay. That's all my questions, Chair. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I have one more question. When the equipment and, the compost reaches Maui, what happens to disposition of the toilets and then the waste?
The waste stays on island.
The
We
waste
have-
stays on island?
Yeah, the waste stays on island. We have a disposal area on
Okay,
island
okay.
already. Then what they're gonna do with the building structures is that they'll collapse it all, palletize it, fly it to the racetrack.
Raceway park.
Raceway or some place.
Pune
Yeah, Pune Raceway, and then
Take it to the.
it goes to
landfill.
disposal, right? Landfill.
Okay.
Yeah, where we take it.
Yeah, it's just construction debris after that.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's out of the reserve.
And I think the only reason why it can be exempt is because we're using the same footprint.
Yep.
So we have another project to bring in water tanks, so those we're doing an environmental assessment
Yeah.
for. But because it's the same footprint,
Mhm.
it can be exempt.
Any more questions? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion. Commissioner Souza,
I'll make a second. I'll do the second.
thank you, Commissioner Chang. Any further discussion?
Based on the discussion, I'd like to also add that the KIRC look into researching the model project records and have in their archives a copy of what was done during the model project, just so we have that. So could we add that to, yeah, just look to see what's there. But, this discussion got me thinking, how come we don't know, we rely upon you, which is great, but then once you're not here, who are we gonna go to? And hopefully there's something
There's
written.
nobody in the Navy.
Yeah.
If the Navy calls me.
Otherwise, we're gonna have
The
to
Navy
do,
calls me.
we're gonna have to do oral history on Mike, then.
Yeah.
That would be my next recommendation.
Oral history by Mike.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we take a look to see what we have.
Yeah, see what,
But I
yeah,
think a lot of those things were never turned over.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you looking
Yeah.
at me?
Another project in the grant is to try to find all the records
Oh,
for
you're
the
looking at that too.
archaeology that
Okay.
has been done.
All right.
I might have some stuff on 3.5 Floppy.
Floppies, yeah.
in a Mac file.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I kept.
But there might have been a final report to Congress after Title 10.
Yes, there was a final report, but it doesn't have a lot of the,
What detail,
probably
how much,
so.
how detailed that would
it
be.
doesn't
is-
have a lot
But
of
it may
details.
reference where some of the details may
Yeah.
be. But I think Hal Hammett probably has a lot of good records.
Yeah, and there is a final archaeological report. so-
Doesn't have records.
Is that right for Kaho'olawe?
No, they had to turn everything over. Yeah,
Well,
the Navy
conflicting.
didn't allow contractors to keep
Oh, I didn't know
records.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay,
Sure.
Commission. Okay, Commission, let's come back to our motion that's
Okay.
on the table. And our staff, I'm sure, has put it in their notes that they will start to assemble the file that sort of helps us to track projects like this, and they will take the advice for upcoming projects that would benefit for all of us to enrich our discussions. Okay, Maika'i, I call for the vote.
Chair Piscaya,
Aye.
Vice Chair Saito,
Aye.
Commissioner Chang,
Aye.
Commissioner Mataafa,
Yes.
Commissioner Payne,
Aye.
Commissioner Souza.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Maika'i, moving on. Ooh, nice one. C, action item 4C, approve the proclamation to acknowledge the 50th anniversary of the Kaho'olawe landing to halt federal control and naval bombardment of the island. Who's presenting?
Okay, thank you. This proclamation, and it's titled Relating to the 50th Anniversary of the Protest Landings on Kaho'olawe on January 4th, 1976. Whereas on January 4th, 1976, this proclamation will be available online after it's read into the minutes. On January 4th, 1976, the first landing, organized by Charlie Maxwell, president of the Aboriginal Lands of Hawaiian Ancestry Association, an organization seeking support for federal Native Hawaiian reparation bill by a group of 9 Native Hawaiians and sympathizers, ventured across the Lalakeke Channel to Kaho'olawe to bring attention to the need for Native Hawaiian reparations. And whereas the experiences of the Kaho'olawe 9, George Helm, Emma Luli, Kimo Luli, Walter Riddy, Kawaipuna Prison, Ian Lynn, Ellen Miles, Steve Morris, and Carla Villaba brought public awareness to the damage and destruction caused by the ongoing military use of Kaho'olawe. And whereas under the leadership of George Helm and the support of Auntie Emma DeFries, Kahuna Sam Lono, oh, there's a typo there, yeah. Edith Kalakaole, Molokai Kupuna, and others, access to the island with those negotiated with the US Navy to hold a ceremony in Hakuawa on February 13th, 1976, to request a blessing and permission to the island to work to protect Kaho'olawe, and thus began an island-wide grassroots Aloha Aina movement that became known as Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana. And whereas in March 7th, George Helm, James Kimo Mitchell, and William Mitchell journeyed to Kaho'olawe in search of 2 Native Hawaiians who had been on the island for more than a few weeks. George Helm and Kimo Mitchell were last seen in the waters off Kaho'olawe and had never been found. And whereas in 1976, Dr. Emma Luli, MD, and the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana filed a civil suit, Luli versus Brumfield, in U.S. District Court in the District of Hawaii. The suit sought compliance by U.S. Navy with environmental, historic preservation and religious freedom laws. And whereas in 1980, the court settled Luli versus Brown, formerly Rumsfeld, by issuing a consent decree mandating the Navy to survey and protect historic and cultural sites on the island, clear surface unexploded ordnance, begin soil conservation and revegetation programs, and eradicate goats. The decree provided further recognition the PKO as stewards of the island and authorized the PKO access to the island for religious, cultural, educational, and scientific activities. And whereas on October 22nd, 1990, President George H. Bush issued a memorandum to the Secretary of Defense to halt all bombing and munitions training on Kaho'olawe. Following this action, the U.S. Congress established the Kaho'olawe Island Conveyance Commission to study Kaho'olawe and to make recommendations for the terms and conditions of the island's return to the state of Hawaii. Whereas in 1993, Senator Daniel Inouye introduced Title 10 to the 1994 Defense Appropriation Act to recognize and fulfill the commitment made on behalf of the United States to the people of Hawaii to return Kaho'olawe and authorize funding to remove unexploded ordnance from the island. And whereas in 1993, Governor John D. Wahe III, in his January 27, 1993 State of the State address, remarked, in part, both the federal and state government have a rare second chance to do what is right for Kaho'olawe. I propose we set aside Kaho'olawe as a cultural reserve to be healed and used only for those purposes that are consistent with the island's history and well-being. In this endeavor, I call upon the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana to continue their role as stewards, and later in the year sign Act 340, establishing the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve and the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission, KIRC. Now, therefore, on this day, the 4th day of December in the year 2025, be it proclaimed that the KIRC congratulates and acknowledges the PKO for its 50 years of commitment to stopping the bombing, the return of Kaho'olawe, and its continuing work to heal and restore the island. And be it further proclaimed that the PKO has revitalized Native Hawaiian cultural practices on Kaho'olawe with revival of the Makahiki ceremony, the building of the traditional hale na Makapili, the Pahula Ka'i'ie, the establishment of the Alaloa Circle Island Trail, and the Mua Haikupuna, Kaho'olawe, and Hakuawa, and now a new Mua in Honakanaya. And be it further proclaimed that PKO has since 1980 brought over 50,000 volunteers and trained multiple generations of Kua through cultural, educational, and spiritual huaka'i, or trips to Kaho'olawe with a focus on safety, stewardship, and promoting aloha aina throughout the state of Hawaii. And be it further proclaimed that the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve will join the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana in recognizing 2026 as a year-long celebration, memorializing this transformative historical event.
Executive Director, I just needed to note that Commissioner Sousa had to leave and Commissioner Mata'afa needs to leave at 10:15.
Okay, yeah. And this is, yeah. And
Final
that's it.
action.
Okay.
Can I ask, what is the title of it? What is the title? I don't see it.
The
You
title,
don't have a copy.
relating to the 50th anniversary of the protest landings on Kaho'olawe on January 4th, 1976. It's relating to the landing.
Can I would like to request that the title be changed to be that, recognizing the 50th anniversary of the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana. And I note that in the title here, this is incorrect. And
Yeah.
And I think I've said this before, that Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission has been perpetuating the wrong information in their orientations and in their slideshows, saying that the first landing was to protest the federal control and bombing of the island, because it was not. And you correctly in the substance of the proclamation state that the reason why the first landing was made was to call attention to the conditions of Native Hawaiians in support of a reparations bill that was in Congress. So to be consistent and to be accurate, and what we were had requested that the proclamation be provided was to honor the 50th anniversary of the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana.
We can make a change, because we have to reprint this anyway. There's a Sam Lono name is spelled wrong, so we have to reprint this whole thing, yeah.
Okay.
It says Lona, it's a Lono, yeah. So we have to reprint the whole thing. So
Do we have to worry,
um,
do we have to worry that the change of the title would change the intent of the proclamation? I don't think it would. But I just one thing I'm thinking, if we change the title, is it going to change the intent of the proclamation?
Well, the proclamation does congratulate and acknowledge
Yes.
the 50th anniversary, 50 years of commitment.
Right.
In the proclaimed sections. of
Yeah.
it.
I don't think it does, but I just think about that.
Yeah, it's the first proclaimed, yeah.
It does.
Commissioner Mata'afa.
No, I just had a technical question. I didn't see the proclamation uploaded on the agenda for today. It doesn't look like there's a link to it, so I wasn't able to read through it. I was just kind of following along as you read it. Was that intentional?
Yes, we'll upload it after it's approved in the final form, and then we'll upload the proclamation.
Could we see it?
I think he
Oh.
wants a copy.
You want to see a copy now? They have a copy.
No.
Yeah, no, I just,
Yeah, the only copy is right here.
It
yeah.
was not, we could not include it in the packet because it could not be distributed in the time limits that OIP dictates under Sunshine Law. The materials have to be ready within 3 business days of the meeting for it to be available to both the public and to the commission. They have to be made available at the exact same time. It cannot be made prior. So there were so many changes being made to the proclamation that it was not ready in time for it to be included in the packet.
Is there a reason that it has to be approved at this meeting? Because I mean, I think if it is intended to also the PKO, that they should have an opportunity to review it as well.
Well, I think the reason we added it to this meeting was so that it could hit a January 4th.
Yeah, so we want, on January 4th, the anniversary of the first landing, we want to have a press conference and have representation from the KIRC to read the proclamation. And the next meeting is not until.
We have the next meeting is usually after all bills are introduced into legislature. So and we see what the final budget submittals are, so usually beginning first week of February.
Can we approve it subject to review or consultation with PKO? Did you?
I think we're okay with the body, right?
Yeah.
Just the title.
Commissioner Mataafa.
No, I'm totally on board with what we're trying to do here. I think what I'm hearing though is we might just need a little bit more time to review it. Is it possible to maybe do another like meeting sometime between now and the January 4th, just to take up this item when it's reviewed and approved? I have the ability to be flexible if we just take up another meeting, and once this proclamation is finalized with PKO's suggestions, more than willing to come back before that January date to approve something. If the commissioner and the body is willing as well.
I agree. I think this is such an important statement we're making that I want to make sure it captures and really reflects and honors. We had 50 years to think about this moment and this acknowledgement. So I want to make sure that it's worded appropriately and it has it meets everyone's expectations. And I do feel rushed, and I feel like other commissioners did not have enough time to review the content. And I want to just make sure that all of our versions are aligned and we all believe in it. I want everybody to believe in it and not feel like it's missing something or it's we don't agree on wording and statement, because part of this is celebrating that the PKO and the KIRC work together. So a statement like this needs to reflect on that aloha and all of that mahalo. Anyone else have thoughts or concerns about maybe putting that off? Just give ourselves a couple of weeks to wordsmith this properly and calling just one meeting. Is that a difficult thing to call a meeting just to approve this proclamation from a staff?
We need 5-day lead time, right? 5-day lead time for posting and agendas.
Okay, so to post an agenda, it needs to be posted no later than 6 calendar days prior to the meeting. And actually, I should turn this over to the agent.
And weekends.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it has to be posted no later than 6 business days. For the packet must be made available to both the public and to the commission no later than 3 business days prior to the meeting. And that includes, and you have to look at what time, according to the Office of Information Practices, you have to look at what time your office closes to determine when those 3 days fall into. So it's not a 24-hour day. It's your office closes at 4:30 in the afternoon. That means that the 24 hours is 4:30 the prior afternoon. So you have to kind of backtrack, you kind of have to space it that way.
And then we need quorum.
And we do need quorum.
So also a lot of it sounds like contingent upon how quickly can we get the changes in consultation with the Ohana.
Yeah.
That can be done in 24 hours and we're a little bit better, but if it's going to take another week, then that pushes us deeper into past Christmas probably.
And if I may, Chair, if you can do this virtually, a Zoom meeting,
Yeah.
I can attend.
I think so.
My schedule is just really tight for the rest of the year. So, but if we can do this by Zoom for one agenda item, that's probably a lot more doable, at least for me. Otherwise, you can, if you have quorum.
Yeah, so basically we need a week lead time.
Yeah, so, I may be speaking out of term, but for the commissioner, so my suggestion is that you look at, because I know this is a time where people do a lot of traveling, and whether or not you're available, depending on where you're traveling to. Obviously, if the decision is made to do a Zoom meeting, then you can do it wherever, but just make sure you're able to access,
December 19th.
I don't know the rest of that.
We're all on island for the MUA completion
Oh,
project.
that's right.
But if on island.
The spirit of
the cooperation or something.
Chair.
Yeah.
So I don't think, like, I think if it's just one agenda item where we take up the resolution and it's a Zoom meeting, I don't anticipate it taking up a lot of time for me personally. So I can be flexible between now and the 19th to have a meeting. I know that we have to have some lead time, but I think one thing we might have to decide on is how much time we give to allow the proclamation to be revised and then work from that date to get it agendized. If we can settle on maybe a day that we want to have like a deadline for all comments to come back in and to have it finalized, I think it'll work on the date on when we agendize. And I just speaking for myself, I'm pretty flexible to do a Zoom call because I don't think this will take up too much time in my schedule. Yeah.
This is like a 15-minute procedural meeting.
Or less. Yeah.
At the most, yeah.
Roll call would be
will
longest.
take-
Yeah.
Yeah, the hardest part for us is really hitting all the OIP timelines.
Yeah.
So what day do we need to hit the OIP? If we don't hit it, then
You
we,
need 7 days, probably 7 days, one week.
so
in
before
advance.
if we do it before the 19th, what is our 7 days?
If we do 17th,
That'd
but
be
then we have, actually, we have
Before
a
the-
facility open, so we can do the Zoom meeting from.
Oh, we do have to have a physical.
Yeah, we have to have a physical facility open, so we'll have to check the calendar
Yeah, we
for
cannot,
here.
yeah, we cannot do it at our office.
Yeah,
because it
yeah,
doesn't-
our office is not considered a public accessible,
Yeah,
so we can't run it from the KIRC office. We have to run it from this office, yeah. 17, if we do 17, then we have to post by the 10th.
May I suggest that you could circulate what you have to all the commissioners and if we could also get to look and everybody turn in their comments by Monday, which is what, December 8th?
By Monday,
By Monday.
by Monday, yeah, we can post this to the commissioners and send us
Input
comments.
by Monday, and
Yeah.
then you could proceed from there, but
Yeah.
would that get you to the time you need?
Yeah, we have to post by the 10th, right,
Yeah, by Wednesday.
to make 17.
Mhm.
Chair.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just thinking and following up on that, so if I think all comments will be coming back on that Monday, and I think you still need a little bit time to incorporate all those comments into the proclamation. So that might take a day or two for staff. I'm speaking for staff, I don't know how long it'll take to look at everybody's comments and then compile it in a proclamation. So if we're looking at Monday for comments to be due, depending on how much time staff needs to prepare a proclamation, I'm thinking 2 or 3 days. It's looking like a proclamation could be ready to post like either the Thursday or Friday, which is the 11th or the 12th of December for the next week. And I don't know if, I think I heard you're on island on the 19th.
18 and 19, yeah, 18, I gotta go.
19th.
I gotta
So
go to
17th would be the day that we would need to work backwards from, if that's the date we're choosing to do the meeting. So 7 days before the 17th would be the 10th.
Yeah.
Something would be posted.
Yeah,
Or the 22nd? Is that too close for holidays for people?
we're still on island.
Oh.
Coming off.
Yeah, we're coming off on the
Coming off on
22nd, yeah.
22nd.
Who's still working on the 23rd?
23rd, yeah, I mean,
Me too. So-
Yeah, we can do
could
23rd.
Yeah, let's do 23rd.
we just have to check to see if it's available, 23rd, yeah.
Okay,
It's
we
gonna
have
be
a
a soon.
target date.
So yeah,
So
2 days
I'm-
sounds like 17 and 23, right?
17 will be, we have to post by the 10th.
Right.
23, we gotta post by 16, huh?
Mhm.
You're saying the 23rd, right? So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, well, the 16th, yeah.
Yeah. by
But I'm also
16.
giving you 2 days in case, to find a publicly available space too.
Yeah.
One of the dates may not be available.
Yeah, we can take a look at those 2 dates then.
We talked to Kanani.
What we'll do is we'll send everything out after this meeting, and then you guys take a look at it and send us the comments by
Monday.
Monday, the 8th.
Yeah.
And then we'll see, once we see the comments, we'll have a better idea how long the editing will take.
For now, I believe that we are all in agreement that item 4C is not going to proceed at this moment and that we're going to give the commission more time to
Okay,
and reschedule. Mata'apa.
So,
I just have a question. If we're circulating comments between commissioners, is there any sunshine law, or we're looking at a draft?
Yeah.
And then we're submitting our own comments to
Yes.
you folks?
Yeah, to me, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you direct communication to me and not CC all, you will be not in violation.
Yeah,
Right.
and as long as you guys don't communicate amongst yourselves about your comments, just do your own comments, send them in, don't discuss.
Yeah.
And that should be fine.
Okay.
So should I make a motion to defer?
Yes.
Okay,
Please.
motion to defer.
I'll second.
Vote? Oh, yes, Mr. Warschauer.
Public comments.
Oh, we cannot hear him.
Proclamation.
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
After you complete your vote, I'd like to comment on that proclamation, if I could. It's a public comment.
We're going, oh wait, hold on.
I think we're-
I would request that Commissioner withdraw your motion to defer, allow public testimony, and then remake your motion.
Okay, I withdraw the motion for public comment.
Thank you.
All right, duly noted. Thank you. Proceed.
My name is Rick Warschauer from Volcano, Hawaii. And I wish to speak on this action and to encourage more than just an acknowledgement proclamation. I recall as a young boy in Lanai in the 1950s, hearing and feeling the intensity of the bombardment of Kaho'olawe, not far away, and also seeing on windy days the brown cloud of the Aina to the lee of Kaho'olawe as big as the island itself. In the early 80s, I joined PKO members on a number of trips to Hakiwawa and other landings and walks across the desecrated land, and into meetings with the Navy. Here we protested their continued abuse of the Aina and to urge their removal of the goats and sheep that were helping to strip the land of its vegetation and soil between the bombardments. The Navy and their federal supporters denied, lied, and offered only ineffectual token actions until public outcry, fueled by PKO activities, convinced the U.S. government to stop the bombing. Later, they returned the island to Hawaii after spending nearly $500 million in a futile attempt to clear it of deadly ordnance, burning off much of the remaining native vegetation in the process. This is how the U.S. military treats the land it takes or leases today: callous disregard for the Aina and for the future use of the land. Today, you are the stewards of Kaho'olawe, the island that sits stripped of much of its life-giving soil and still too dangerous to walk freely or dig to plant upon. This is the poster child of military activities. You, as stewards of the island, should take on the duty of the original PKO occupiers and speak loudly, unabashedly, and frequently to end all the military bombardment of any more lands in Hawaii. You should join OHA in demanding the end of live fire training in Hawaii. Demand the end of all leases of state land to the military and its return. In 1976 and 1977, I was part of a team of biologists and archaeologists and others that assessed military training lands across the islands, including Makua, Schofield, and PTA. We saw the desecration, the devastating fire damage, and the widespread ordnance that included at PTA aerially dispersed anti-personnel ordnance and explosive mines that these were at our feet, literally. The deadly ordnance was spread beyond the limits of the impact areas and remains too deadly today to be used safely again. Claims of clearance of ordnance are false. The Aina remains unsafe, as you know from experience. For more details, ask Paulie Kishino. He was there for the 76-77 surveys, for early Kaho'olawe accesses, and for so much more efforts to restore the Aina. You stewards of Kaho'olawe should be inspired by the experiences and efforts of those who went before you. You should stridently urge Governor Green not to extend the leases to the military. The cost to the INA, to Hawaii, is far too great for the token claims and trinkets the military promises in exchange. Thank you for your patience.
Mahalo nui, Mr. Warshauer, for taking time to join our commission meeting and for offering your mana'o. It's easy for us to get caught up in all these technical bits of it, and yet every one of us who are here, we're here because we aloha Kaho'olawe. We aloha all of Hawaii. And bringing your voice into this conversation today is certainly very valued. Mahalo nui.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else wanting to offer public testimony? I can see half of the DLNR boardroom. I'm not sure if there's anyone else there who'd like to add.
Nothing
Please.
online.
Okay, nothing online. Okay.
So Chair, I'll proceed with my original vote to defer this item.
Hikino. There's a motion by Commissioner Pang,
I'll second.
second Commissioner Chang. Mahalo for this discussion. Vote.
Chair Piscaya,
Aye.
Vice Chair Saito,
Aye.
Commissioner Chang,
Aye.
Commissioner Mataafa,
Aye.
Commissioner Pang,
Aye.
Commissioner Zuza. Oh, he already left. He's excused.
Motion carried. Mahalo. I'm sure what we come up with is going to be fabulous. We're going to continue on with our agenda, moving to section 5, administrative business. At the top is our executive director's report, starting off with the status update on budget finance funding and a review of the expenditure report and budget variances. Take it
Okay,
away.
thank you. Oh, you're still.
Oh, sorry.
I'm good. 4, okay.
Sorry.
I think we have. to wait.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Do we need this? Do we need? There's 3 missing.
We can-
Missing?
One.
you want to recess?
two,
You want to recess?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Go
sure.
ahead. I'll just wait.
Okay.
Oh, do you need quorum for your reports?
You go.
Yeah.
But I think
No,
quorum,
we're gonna
they
lose
need quorum just for
We're gonna lose
discussion
quorum.
Okay.
Oh, but do we need it after the action items?
yeah, for discussion as well, you need quorum.
Yeah. If there's any discussion now. Okay,
Recess, a bio break.
Pretty soon we'll take a recess.
okay, yeah.
Hopefully you'll go fast
Okay,
with
so,
the administrator's
The
report.
budget report, they should be available to you. People here have hard copies. I think, Chair, they should be online if you want to take a look at it. But basically, this budget report goes to the end of October, which is about 1/3 of the way through the year, which is about 33% of the budget. We are about 4% under for personnel. We're about 6, 7, 8, 9% under budget total. Nothing significant that is popping out in our budget, so there's no variances. We're doing fine. We will have a next meeting, probably a budget amendment. We just got the MOU from the Department of Health to add in their Clean Water Act grant. So we'll probably modify our budget to include that work. And the other note is that the funding for the green grant, which funds the first One Ocean specialist, that will be ending in the end of December, so end of this year. So we will no longer have those trust funds to be expending for that position. But we are, I have some discussion about that later in this discussion. Long range schedule is attached. We've already updated long range schedule to include the new access dates for PKO. Only thing significant in there is the June 21st. And I think we're gonna be inviting all the commissioners, if they can come, to the Mua dedication. So that'll be June 21st, and we'll invite the AG, she wants to come along too, for that.
Thank you. That's very nice.
What's that?
19 to 22.
Oh, yeah, 19, no, oh, and
4
the-
days.
yeah, the summer, yeah, it's gonna be a 4-day access in the summer, yeah. We'll have more details on the dates and all that other stuff. Commissioner status update, Commissioner Piscaya's current term expired on June 30, 2025, but she's still able to serve as a holdover until the end of the 26th legislative session. At this time, Commissioner Piscaya is intending to serve out the holdover period, which is correct, until PKO can facilitate a replacement. KIRC staff and PKO representatives will be working with the governor's board and commissions for a new commissioner appointment and confirmation hearing before the end of next legislative session. Right, Dave, right?
But I'm sorry.
New commissioner.
Yes.
Yeah. New hire for cultural resource project coordinator, Leigh Brown was hired earlier this year as a cultural resource project coordinator. KIRC staff is currently working with DLR personnel to finish her hiring process and to get her a start date. So we're still having not received a start date. They're still doing background investigations and other things. We're hoping we can get her mobilized to the island for the 19th of this month to go with the Mua project. One of our first projects is to provide documentation so that we can update any cultural resource management plan issues with the Mua. Selection for logistics specialist. Oh, yeah. KIRC staff has offered the current ocean resource specialist to Christina White the position of logistics specialist. She is also in the position that funding will be ending by the end of this month. She is funded by a grant. In addition to her current KIRC boat and operation experience, Ms. Wine has previous experience and training as a diesel technician and boat crew on large sailing vessels. So she's an ideal candidate. Ms. Wine's ORS2 position was initially funded from a federal grant and currently is being funded by Maui County grant, which is expected to expire at the end of 2025. Public information outreach, government relations, legislative meetings for 2026. Several one-on-one meetings with key legislators have been scheduled to discuss KIRC legislative priorities for 2026. Meetings were held with Senator Inouye, Chair of Senate Water and Land. I had a meeting with Senator McKelvey, but he had to go to Lahaina that day. So, but I've been in and out of his office quite frequently, so I'm getting his staff up to date. We have requested a meeting with Senator Donovan Dela Cruz, Chair of Ways and Means, and Representative Chris Todd, Chairs of House Finance, and those are still pending, right? Yeah. Other planned meetings include Rep. Passion, who's the Chair of Water and Land Committee, House Water and Land, and Senator DeCoit, who is our district representative for Kaho'olawe, District 7, and Representative Amato, who is the Kihei representative, to discuss the Kihei building project. Association of Hawaiian Civic Club survey at a recent Association of Hawaiian Civic Club convention. The topic of military land lease and unexplained ordinance issue were discussed by various attendees. The KIRC has received a request from Dr. Katie Kamelamela for KIRC commissioners to participate in a survey on the impact of Kaho'olawe's transfer. So those will be forwarded out to you once I receive that from Dr. Kamelamela. Update on base camp project improvements. Right now, under our current CIP projects for base camp, we have 4 tasks. The first one is roof repair and elastomer coating. That project was completed in April. Replace the portable water distribution system. All the materials are on the island. This task is currently scheduled after all the other tasks are completed. Install AC units. Both split systems were installed and tested during September. Access. Dawson will be bringing a high-vac HVAC tech out to the island in December to do initial servicing. Building painting supplies, brush rollers, etc. were received on our island. Paint delivery is delayed due to low stock at the distributor. The contractor is currently expecting a new shipment at the end of November, early December. After supplies reach the island, contractor plans to bring in extra staff from January to March 2026 to finish painting. Transformer replacement, this is a new task. To use the remaining CIP funds on this appropriation, 5 base camp transformers will be replaced due to end-of-life service and extreme weathering. All are 3-phase 480 volt transformers and rated between 74 and 150 kVA. Update on Kihei boat expansion. KIRC staff is currently working with DLR Engineering and GHD to award a professional services contract with DLR Engineering to award a professional service contract to begin the design and planning process for the boathouse expansion project. NOAA granted KIRC $1 million to expand the Kihei boathouse to add additional boat storage for their vessel. In addition to the expansion, the project includes building an adjacent education pavilion and comfort station. New Honokanaya water catchment project. DNR Office of Conservation and Coastal Lands has authorized another $150,000 in special funding for KIRC's coastal restoration efforts. A portion of this funding will be used to build a 60 by 24 water catchment and storage tank in the Honokanaya base camp to collect and store water for a coastal irrigation project. The catchment will serve a double purpose. By being built over the existing fuel storage and transfer station in camp, it will create a covered storage area to stage the vehicles between island access. It will protect the fueling equipment from sun and weather damage and create a covered area to refuel and conduct basic maintenance of small vehicles. The staff is currently in the process of issuing a procurement solicitation for this project. Any questions on any of the ED's report?
I am gonna need to take a break.
Nope. And then the only thing left we have is project status updates.
So, yeah, Stefan?
Chair, do you mind if I just run
Let's
right?
take a break.
Okay, and this one, we don't need full quorum,
I think you need quorum for any discussions.
any discussion?
Anything.
To the
Yeah.
I only got 2.
Well, if I don't go, there
Okay.
will be no.
Go,
discussion.
just go.
That will be the discussion.
Yeah, you can go, I mean, yeah.
Go
I don't
listen
think
to him.
Okay, the Nakwa Small Grants is done. We received, it was, the purpose was to enhance temporary wetlands at Kiarakeki and Kealialalo. The funding has all been spent. It has been billed. We received all the funding, so this will no longer be on your updates. Is there anybody on Maui to
No.
update?
Not for Paul,
Oh,
not for
Paolo.
Kaho'olawe,
Okay.
JP's on vacation, so.
Okay, so the only thing for the update on Palapalo Kanaloa, highlights from June to November, 15 plants are in propagation and are distributed with 3 at Whole Lava Farms in Haiku, 9 at Olinda Rare Plant Facility in Olinda, and 3 at Kahanu Gardens in Hana. The working group, who we met on the 3rd, on November 3rd, all 3 plants at Kahanu Gardens NTBG have been transplanted into 4-foot redwood container boxes. And we do see evidence of spider mite damage on the plants. So, last seed collected in 2008 from Ale Ale is thriving as a seedling in Olinda. The oldest plant at Kaho'olawe Farm was transferred to a new planter box. Additional pollen was added to Lion Arboretum Micropropagation Lab. 40 cultures of callus cells are at the micropropagation lab. And DOFA has introduced new software mapping tools to the group that will use climate and geotopography data from historic locations that help define favorable conditions for eventual outplanting. And then a communication website has been launched and is accessible at kapalapalookanadoa.org/dahui. So now we have a website for the Palapalo Okanadoa. Next one is Dean with the ocean updates.
And I just want to be real clear for anybody who's listening out there. What just happened is we paused on item 5 and we jumped to 6 to give project status updates if you're following on our agenda. because we don't need quorum. One of our commissioners needed a bio break. So now we're at 5B1, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I
All right.
just bringing everybody along with us while we're zooming by. Thank you.
Aloha Commissioners, good morning. Here to provide program updates for the Ocean Program's 3 grant projects. First, starting with our IMLS 6 grant project, reporting date of July to October. The project period runs from July 2023 to June 2026. Total grant amount awarded is $99,960. And premise of the grant is to conduct aerial surveys around Kaho'olawe. We're targeting for once a month, creating a database from the data collected from these surveys and inputting and sharing all data with the PKO. Updates during this reporting period is we've conducted 2 surveys, aerial surveys in August and September. We have updated that database and again shared it with our PKO contact, Maggie. Staff attended a mandated conference on the mainland between October 7th and 9th. And this grant has also supported in paying access fees for PKO members into Honakanaya. The second grant project is our County of Maui Greens Grant. The grant life is from January 2025 to June 2026. Yes, 2026, it's been extended. Grant award amount total now is $284,470. And the premise of this grant is restoring coastal areas in the Kealii Kahiki Ili, specifically 2.69 acres. And during this reporting period, we've planted over 4,000 native plants in the Ili. And to date, we've exceeded the mandated 8,000 plants, and we are at 11,903. We've also done some weed removal, placed weed cloth to extinguish buffalo grass, hand remove weeds, and conducted road repair. The grant extension has allowed for and is in the process of purchasing 3 new utility vehicles and supporting that water catchment project Mike spoke about earlier. The last grant project we were awarded in October, a U.S. Fish and Wildlife grant. Its grant life is from October 2025 to September 2027. The total award amount is $49,500, and this budget is strictly just for purchasing plants to be, again, for coastal solidification in the Kealii Kahiki area. We're still working with Fiscal, DLR and Fiscal, to create an avenue to access this funding. But as soon as we do, we have a plant solicitation out already and should be filled, and we can start moving forward with that. If there are any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Yeah, I have a question, Dean. When you transfer the plants from Maui to Kaho'olawe, what type of, you have a contract, I guess, for these plants, these coastal plants. Is there some type of biosecurity requirement you have for the nursery that's growing the plants, so you aren't transporting pests, from Maui to Kaho'olawe?
Yes, thank you for your question, Commissioner Pang. Yes, so we have done site visits to this contractor. It's Native Nursery up in Kula. And we've done several site visits for the specific reasons of biosecurity. In the contract, they also provide delivery to the boathouse. So once we receive the plants outside the boathouse, they are inspected. Not each plant, because we're receiving 1,500 at a time. So we'll spot check 4 or 5 in each delivery crate. And then there's a form that was created by our restoration program to adhere to biosecurity protocols.
Oh, thank you.
Good question.
Yeah, if not, if that's it, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. And that's the last updates.
Maikai. All right, we can resume section 5 administrative business. Back to you, Mike.
Oh, we're done.
That was it?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
but-
I thought we paused like that you weren't finished and she had to go. So I apologize.
Yeah. What update I have is, we did, the proclamation was written in publisher, but we will be sending you a Word document so that you can make your edits in the Word version so that we can track the edits. And then when you send it back to us, just send it back to us so we can see, CC me and Terry. Yeah. So that we can track all the
Then
different.
you can
edits.
reformat it when it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll reformat it afterwards, once it's all done. Yeah, but it'll be easier for us to track edits and changes in Word.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. That sounds good. Anything else from the admin side you need from us? We're all clear?
Other than the upcoming short meeting for the proclamation, our anticipated next commission meeting is sometime after the legislature opens and bill introductions have been done so that I can brief you on any bills introduced or resils won't be in by then, so we won't be able to tell you about resils, but at least we can give you an update on bills and any legislative action. And we will probably have maybe some contract updates, contract requests for renewals.
Okay. And I hope we can get our staff on board. It's been a long road. We need that position. All right. Mahalo everyone for taking time to join us today. We pule for the ola of Kanaloa, Lono i Kamaka hiki kako. Ola. Mahalo. Aloha.
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 Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. Yay.
I do have one.
Secretary to Ellie.